Just what I needed. Another notebook to compete with the Bear and Fig for my next bullet journal. Hi everybody, today I am taking a look at the Passion Journal. This comes from Passion Planner, a planner that I have used before and that I have liked for various reasons and not liked for other reasons, but it's a good company and they decided to come out with a journal, something that you can use for all of your journaling purposes. In my case, probably bullet journaling. Dang it. As some of you know from my Scribbles That Matter review that I'll leave linked up above, I've been so happy in my Bear and Fig, but now suddenly the Scribbles That Matter journal came out of nowhere to make me decide I want it again, and now this one is here, so I'm curious to see if this will be one that's in the running as well. There's a lot of options with this journal, so let me tell you about them. However, the one option there isn't a lot of currently is color. This is the Seaside Blue. I've tried to adjust the lights as best as possible, but in person, it's basically a really deep, deep teal. I would almost say like if dark teal and forest green had a baby, that would be kind of the color. It's a gorgeous color. I would love a car in this color. But it's absolutely stunning. The other color they have as an option is black, and both of them have the Passion Planner, this little symbol on. They have a whole explanation for what it means with their philosophy and shit like that, but really is not usually I don't even look at the cover all that much. But anyway, so yes, 2 different colors. I would love it if they had some more color options, especially the like rose gold, kind of champagne gold that they had that I used a planner in previous years, because that was stunning. Size-wise, they offer 3 sizes. There is a small, which is 5.8 by 8.3 inches, about an A5 size. There is a medium, which is this journal. I got the medium, which is 6.9 by 9.8 inches, which is about a B5 size. This is about the same size as both the Scribbles That Matter journal I looked at and my current Bear and Fig, which is the plus size. About the same, not exactly. And then large sized, which is 8.5 by 11.25, which is about an A4 size or like a letter sheet of paper. That actually sounded really intriguing to me, but this is the size that I've been really excited about lately, so I decided to go with this one. I'm pretty sure from looking at the website that it's the same price regardless of size, $25. I might be wrong about that. I kept trying to change the options to see if the price changed, and it didn't. So as far as I know, they're all the same price, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me. You can get it in one of 4 options for the paper: blank, dot, lined, or graph, and I got the dot grid because this may be a bullet journal for me and that's what I prefer. I said there's already 2 colors, and then the paper is 120 GSM, which is one of the weights of paper. The 100, 120 GSM, those are like the paper weights I love the most. The pages are numbered and there's 210 pages in total. It also comes with 2 bookmarks, the faux leather cover. They didn't call it vegan leather, they called it faux leather, which I appreciate. I feel like vegan leather just sounds so silly. Table of contents, a back pocket, reinforced banded enclosure, and sustainably sourced paper. All that's off the website. So let's take this little doodad here. Ooh, journal ideas. Thanks for the info, Passion Planner. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to start. Is embossed on the back. So the cover is not hard the way Bear and Fig is or Scribbles That Matter. It's not like a chipboard cover. It is the squishy kind of flexible cover that if you've ever had a Passion Planner, it's the same type of cover. It's got that kind of smushy, like the texture of it is one of the things I love about Passion Planner covers. It's almost like springy or like has a bit of give. Like you like feel the squish when you squish it, but you can also bend it. So if you want something sturdier, like something hardcover, then this is not for you. But if you like one that you can like kind of massage like that, then this might be the one for you. And the embossing isn't just embossed, but it looks like they kind of filled it in with like a dark color. So it's like it stands out a little bit off of the cover. So opening this puppy up, this cover does not want to stay down. Ooh. We'll see how it lies flat when we get into it. Gives you a if found, please return to, email, and reward. I remember this from the Passion Planner and think, reward, my undying devotion. And then Passion Journal is what it is called. So this front page, it feels slightly thicker than the rest of it, but it's not that like cardstock that you sometimes get at the front of a journal. And then it's a dot grid. And so this front page here counts as page 1 because it starts here numbered with page 2. So the 210 pages includes everything. Some journals start the numbering after like the index or something like that. This one does not. So this is a dot grid, and it's a light gray dot grid. It is not super pale. I can see it, but I'm going to bring the camera in closer so you can get a better look at it, because I know that with the lighting, to try and make this like visible, it can be hard sometimes for you to see. It's not so light that you can't see it. And here on the index page, it's in like a dark gray, so you can kind of see the contrast between the two. Here is the table of contents on page 3. It gives you, it's just one page though. So as much as I could snark on the fact that they're counting that in the page count, they're only giving you one index page. And I am totally fine with that, because if you've ever watched any of my videos, the index in the bullet journal is one of the least used pieces for me in the bullet journal method. And even when I do use it, I always give myself like 4 pages, and I'm usually using 1. So having 1 here divided into 2 columns is much better. And it says subject, but that might be for school or whatever. I know a lot of people who use Passion Planner are students and teachers, so that makes sense. Table of contents, start date, end date, and then there's room for subjects. And this is not a dot grid page. This is just a printed page. And then at the bottom, it says my intention for this journal. And then we get into the dot grid pages, and it's starting to lie a little bit more flat with like that one bit of training. You know, I can imagine it's the front, so that might be a problem. The cover doesn't have a lot of weight to it because it's not a hardcover, so that might be part of it. But when I open it up to the middle, it lies beautifully flat. And actually the Passion Planner itself also lies beautifully flat. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It is stitched together. We have 2 bookmarks here. The ones with this one are lime green. I have no idea what the colors are with the black planner, but I love the lime green of these, and I'd actually love it if they came out with a planner this color. I actually used to have a Filofax of this color. Paper is white. It is much whiter than Scribbles That Matter, Leuchtturm, Baron Fig. It's got a much more bright white. It's not as bright white as Archer and Olive, but it is very bright white. And the paper is very smooth. It does not have much of a tooth to it, but it has that nice 120 GSM thick feel. The numbers are printed in the same kind of maybe slightly darker gray than the dot grid. Now you get through the whole thing, you get to the end, page 210, and they don't count this last page as a page, so that's cool. And this one's slightly thicker, just like the one at the front. So that is the whole journal. Then we get to the back here, and this is the pocket, and it's like a kind of a fabric-y feel, like fabric-y paper. Feels pretty sturdy. It looks like there's some like fibers here, maybe from the paper that was glued down. And then here is the enclosure for it, which is like punched through the cover itself, and it is the same cover color as the journal. It's a beautiful color. I really love this color, you guys. You know, I really need to get a small ruler. I can't find my big metal ruler, and my greatest ruler in the world is only so great if you use the Imperial system because it doesn't have millimeters on it. Based on my converting of what I'm seeing here, each square looks like it's about 5 millimeters, which is what most notebooks I've checked out seem to have. So the number of squares here is actually the same as my Baron Fig Plus, 48 squares vertically and 33 squares horizontally per page. The squares come up to the edge of the page, but they don't like drift off of it like I've seen in some other notebooks, and the page number takes up 1 square in the bottom corner. There aren't any special squares or special dots to mark like halfway points, oh hi marker, whatever the case may be, like there is in the Scribbles That Matter. Looks like a solid journal, similar size to what I've been loving lately. Let's do a pen test. I am not going to be testing paints in here. It's 120 GSM. I don't paint in my journal, so I don't tend to test that in my journal, but I do have an assortment of pens to look at. A Pentel Energel Clena gel pen in 05. I have the Scribbles That Matter fine liner. I have a Tombow dual brush pen, a mild liner highlighter, and a Zig clean color dot marker. So no shadowing, very little ghosting, if at all. I don't even see any ghosting. There's a little bit of ridging from the gel pen, but that's it. So this paper is really nice. I think the biggest issue I saw with it when I was writing is that for the inkier markers, the dot pen, the Tombow, even the mild liner, you could see the ink shining on there for a second. And because there's not a lot of tooth, I wonder if it just takes a bit of a second to absorb. Just put 3 layers of a Tombow down and let this dry for a second. I want to see if it feels like it's going to start pilling. Still takes a second to dry though. Okay, with 3 layers, it doesn't seem to be pilling yet. So That's good. The paper seems really great. So overall, what are my thoughts on this? The price is great. The quality is great. Dot grid is great. Everything about this is awesome. The biggest thing for me that might sway me one way or the other is whether I want a hardcover and whether I want paper that has a little bit more of a grip to it. The Scribbles That Matter paper is also fairly smooth. The Baron Fig has a little bit more of a tooth to it. So that might be the area where I might have some opinions. But at the moment, this is a solid contender, and I'm going to have to do some real thinking about which notebook I want to use. I don't like switching between notebooks. I like to fill one up. So I might just go through all three, another Baron Fig, Scribbles That Matter, and this. I don't know yet, you guys. The last thing I needed was another great notebook. So damn it, Passion Planner, why did you have to come out with something awesome? Anyway, I think this is a great notebook, though, and if you are in the market for a new bullet journal notebook, this could be a good option, especially with the sizes that it offers. Anyway, I'd love to hear from you in the comments what notebook you think I'm going to go with between this one, the Baron Fig, and the Scribbles That Matter when I have to switch, as well as any other notebooks for bullet journaling you'd like me to take a look at in the future. I likely won't be doing a ton more reviews besides the ones I already have on deck because I'm moving soon, but I will be looking at more in the future, and believe me, like the Michaels notebook, it's on my list. So especially if you have notebooks out there that are dot grid that are offered in this B5, like slightly larger size, let me know about them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, my friends, peace out.